Hey guys, what's going on? Back again today, another recap. And as you can see, we're not hugely in the positive, but we are in the positive. Accounts are alive. NFP did work out, thank God. But today was honestly a very rough day. As you can see, 7 trades. I really took 6. One of them was NFP, so really I only took 5 trades today. And I really liked all of them, to be honest. There was one that wasn't great. I mean, I wouldn't say any of them were A++ setups, but trades I would take based on my strategy, especially the very first one, and didn't play out today. So these 4 accounts were plus 653 today. As you can see, I got 1250 out of full porting NFP, and then I took 1 loss. These 2 are the same trade. So 1 win that basically covered that loss, and then 2 losses back to back and a break even. So realistically, if you look at my 100K account that I didn't full port, I'm down just under $600 on the day. Realistically, like actually trading, I'm down $600. Obviously, if you add in the NFP, I'm up on the other accounts, but I'm not counting that, so I'm going to count this as a loss today for me. Is what it is. Like I said, it was kind of a tough day. There was a few good models, or setups, I should say, but it was just a lot of not chop, but price not delivering very well. I don't know. I'll have to show you guys, but obviously today, like I said, we had the NFP, unemployment rate, and hourly earnings, so that was probably why we weren't getting a huge delivery. But it was moving, price was moving all right. I had the opportunity to end the day positive after I took my second trade, got a win, and I could have let that one ride out, or the next trade after that. I was in profit, I believe, and I didn't take it. So there was lots of possibilities for me to walk out on top today, and I just didn't. But this was really my target today, this unfilled 4-hour gap. And I think that was a lot of people's targets today, and it didn't work out. As you can see, we kind of just chopped around in this 4-hour bullish gap here, this gap down here, and we had a few lows, but we basically had all these highs here as well. Coming into market open, obviously we had our data candle right here. Moved very good. I only caught like 40 points of it, but it moved like 100. And if I do end up full porting CPI on Friday, I'm gonna really size up, try to build a nice buffer. I was just trying to get back in the game today, but that left us with a nice data low right here. So that was a good target, but I was very bullish today, and I know a lot of people were. And now that I look back at it, I don't know why. We had lots of reason to go to the downside, but with the NFP push, we took out Asia, New York AM and the previous day high, just leaving this London high here, and obviously the 4-hour gap. But this first trade, I waited a long time for this trade. Well, not a long time, but 15 minutes after market open. You can see we have this 1-minute gap. That's all we really had to go off. And price was coming down into this 5-minute gap, which we respected, as you can see here. And I didn't think we needed to come down into this gap. I thought we were going to get a really good push up. Obviously, you see the good displacement here. And I thought we were going to at least come up to this high. And that just wasn't the case. I saw a lot of people take this trade. And like I said, it wasn't A++ because we do have data lows here, and we have this big gap that needed to be filled as well. But it was a very probable setup in my eyes and a good trade to take. So we get that IFVG, get a nice displacement out of it too. And I actually entered basically right up here. And you can see how that went. Not very good. This ended up being a $440 loss. Got taken out right on this wick here. Stops were right there, and my TP was right here. So nice and simple 1-to-1 would have been $450 win roughly. Ended up being a $440 loss. Not much to explain there. Like I said, we swept up all liquidity, and we came down, took out a little bit of trend line liquidity here, and filled that gap, and got a nice displacement up through this fair value gap, and just didn't play out. So is what it is on that one. Not mad about that. But after this point, I was flipping short because now, where are we here? Now you can see that we are starting to push back down through this gap and into the next one. So I actually took this next trade pretty much right away. Right after I got out of this trade, I took this next one here. Right on this up candle. At this point, we have, I believe it was a 2-minute gap again, guys. I'm sorry, I cannot show you that on here. I really need to buy a Trading Me Premium. But there was a gap he respected up here. Didn't close above it. It's partially this one, I think, right here. But I was obviously now wanting to take out the data lows. We've clearly flipped to bearish. The longs didn't play out. Looking like we're going to inverse this, and we did. And got out at data highs, I believe, or sorry, data lows. Right there. And this was a great trade. This was the trade of the day, but it was hard to spot. And this was just almost based off a feeling for me. This was a 1-to-5. I had a very tight stop loss on this. And it barely went to drawdown at all. And this was a $423 win. So this puts me basically break even for the day. And once we weren't going to break out past this high, it was just like a intuition thing that we were going to go lower. I don't really know how to explain this trade, but I knew we'd at least come into this 15-minute gap right here, and that was my break even point. So I was going to get break even no matter what on this trade. As you see, we displaced through here very fast, and this only had this one little pullback here, and on this pullback right here, it was this pullback here, I actually added 1 micro. So 2 to start, 1 there, banged it out right there. Really good trade. But like I said, that wasn't a very mechanical trade. That was more just intuition that we were clearly going to come down and take out this data low. I thought originally we'd take this out and then come down to it, but that wasn't the case. I wish I didn't take that first trade and I could have just been done the day there. Would have been up about $1,700 across all accounts, and then $450 on my 100K, but that wasn't the case. Now the data low is out of the way. I took another position as we dumped right through it. This was hard to watch. We dumped all the way down to this hourly low, and I re-entered another short right here, and this one was kind of a shitty trade, guys, not gonna lie, but I was targeting just down to here to the New York AM and the previous day low, and this one did not go well for me. This was trying to catch a falling knife. This was not a good trade at all, and it took me out right here on this wick. And yeah, I actually think my stops are probably right about there. It took me out because it was right above this gap. This trade was solely based off the fact that we got a very good displacement through the lows. Came up, we respected this gap, multiple times, and we continued to flush lower, and then we just got a random reversal after this. Well, I wouldn't say random. It was after we took out that low. So that was horrible trade for me. Bad patience. Trying to catch a falling knife. I had my piece of the pie on this short, and I should have just taken it. That was a $400 loss. Not going to spend too much time on that. That was crap. But I did actually get back into another position right here. This was a long. I got in right here, and my target was very overextended on this trade because obviously I'm down pretty fat at this point, and I wanted to see price come up all the way to about here because that would have put me up $150 on my 100K account. And I was just really pushing it. This trade was decent, but it didn't pan out. I definitely got in a bit higher here than I thought because I was stopped out 749, which is right there. So my stops were right about there. And again, super tight. This was a crazy risk to reward. I was really shooting for the stars, but my stops were right here below these gaps, and it taps me out and runs. Like, so this one kind of sucked, but it was only $166 loss, and I was so pissed about it. I actually re-entered, and sorry, I didn't really explain it, but this trade was basically off the fact that my last trade failed because we do get the IFEG here, and we're building bullish structure, tap into these gaps and respect them. And yeah, so that was that. This was actually a really good trade mechanically for my strategy. We obviously tapped into a 4-hour gap. As you can see, we're tapping into this gap, and we're filling it all the way, right? And we are still respecting it. And we came down, we swept out those lows, get the IFEG, re-tap into it. And this was a very good trade. It was just poorly placed stop loss, and I ended up re-entering the same trade because I knew it was a good trade. And I re-entered right here. But again, my problem on this trade was my TP was just way too high. I was aiming for about here, which would have put me break even on the day. And this trade took quite a while, but my position was right about there, and that took me out. Break even here. Went into a bit of drawdown when I wasn't worried because we were still respecting these gaps. Stops were there. And this trade never played out, but it did go a good amount into profit here. Just over 1 to 2.5. But yeah, I really wish I didn't get stopped out here, and I would have just took profits up here from this trade. But that wasn't the case. This one went break even. So overall today, guys, I would say these two trades were good. The first one was good, and the short was good. This short here was fucking terrible, which was the one that killed me. And I really need to lock in. I'm going to start back testing again. I've developed some bad habits. I have not been as locked in as I was before. Kind of just enjoying a little bit of time off mentally. But I shouldn't be trading while I'm not 100% focused, right? So I'm going to get back on it. The payouts in my account, I just put it all in the bank in a savings account, so I don't have access to it. But yeah, I need to really lock back in because I'm trading how I was trading when I was unprofitable, and it's going to end badly for me. So I need to really lock the fuck in. And yeah, I gotta stop taking 5, 6, however many trades a day. Like, you can see 3 trades, 6 trades, 4 trades, 7 trades, 6 trades here. It's gotta be 1 to 2 max, and I gotta be one and done realistically, or a small loss and then a good win. Because I can't keep doing this, guys. This is not gonna work out, and I'm realizing that now. So promise you guys, I'm gonna lock in, and I'm gonna get another payout this month. And yeah, if I do take a loss tomorrow, I'm gonna make sure it's a good one. And then I guess we're gonna have to go full port again, unfortunately. But today, I believe we got 2 150 plus winning days now, and so we got $700 balance, and that's not going to cut it. I need to get that way up, but yeah, I don't got much to say. I need to lock in. If you guys ever get to this point, you guys need to realize you're kind of slipping a little bit and lock the fuck in, because you don't want to slip forever and then you just end up back where you started. So I think that's going to end the video here. Actually, show you guys tomorrow we have unemployment claims at 5:30, and I'll go over this quickly. We have been respecting this gap consistently, and we have fully filled it now. There is no reason why we don't come up to this gap in the next 2 days. I'm very, very bullish for the next 2 days, so keep that in mind. There shouldn't be any crazy move off of this tomorrow. We might get a little bit, but tomorrow should be a very good day. It should be very steady. We did move around a lot today, so keep that in mind. This candle had a lot of movement in it, but we didn't really go in any direction. We ranged about 300 points today, so there's a lot of volume, but we didn't go in any direction, so we should see a good move tomorrow. So keep that in mind. I'm sorry this is a late video today, guys. I had to go to the bank and the gym, so I'm doing this last today, but I will get this uploaded next few hours, and that's going to wrap it up for today. So hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.